Well, this is our first trip through this area with a relatively new attachment for me. This is only the second day that I've used it. It's a little rough. It's a skid steer with a forestry mulcher. I had to add a 3/4 inch thick polycarbonate forestry door to the front of the skid steer to protect me from things that the spinning wheel throws, like rocks and sticks, etc. This gets a little bit in the distance, but you can still see we're marching through some pretty good sized cedar, 8 to 10 inches in diameter. Anything bigger than that, I pretty much just knock the limbs off it and mulch it up and leave the stump. I'll go back later with a chainsaw and cut it off, or take the excavator in and pull it out. This is really, well, it's like a lot of the ground in the Texas Hill Country. It's pretty rocky. So I try to keep the head up high enough to not hit the rocks very often, but unfortunately I bounce around a lot, and needless to say, there are rocks flying occasionally. There's not much soil, and that's pretty much why I'm running with the head up and then coming backwards to mulch. And you can see how far it's throwing these pieces of rock right now, almost, well, past the camber, which is well over 100 feet, probably closer to 150 feet. whole idea here is to open up this big area where the previous owners had a hunting blind. You can see this metal grate hog wire in the foreground. And what we plan to do is put another feeder in this flat spot and surround it with that hog wire. Make this a big open area of hunting. We're trying to get rid of the little cedars here in the, anything up to about 8 inches in diameter, and leave the old growth cedar along with the oak. And the whole objective here is to open up the area and let the rainfall soak into the ground as opposed to evaporating off the top of the cedars. And to reduce the amount of water that cedars pull out of the ground. Our objective with our ranch is that we would like, in a perfect world, for every drop of water to stay on the ranch, not go down Beaver Creek. You can see that I'm trying to go forward and back pretty slow. 2 reasons for that. One, to keep the dust down, because the dust accumulates on the windshield, and every 10 to 15 minutes I have to stop the machine and get out and wipe the dust off. And 2, to keep the mulcher drum turning at a high rate so that it grinds up the material into pretty small chunks. Our objective here is to grind this up so that the wood will deteriorate and add to the soil. can see here that why it's so dangerous to be around these pieces of equipment. You see pieces of wood flying 100, 200 feet away, and the rocks probably go a good 300 feet. So it's really scary operating this thing, and I'm always fearful that somebody will walk up on me. And for this kind of stuff, patience, patience, patience. This machine is the biggest one they make. It's got plenty of horsepower. It's the equivalent of a D3 cat dozer. But going slow makes the job work the best, which has never been my motto, but I'm learning it. Hope you enjoy this.